nothing but Visions. Visions Season 2. Alright, so literally, you take two of my greatest interests, two of my greatest loves. You got Star Wars, and you got anime. You put them together, and you got Star Wars anime. You literally have Visions, and I am such a fan of the first season of Visions. It really was different from what I was expecting, and I'm sorry, but to me, it's all canon. Yeah, I know. Visions is actually not canon, but what I really like about Visions is just the different art styles it takes. Now, granted, not all of Visions, some of Visions was really excellent. So, others, well, the story was kind of like, okay, but something that I really found interesting about was just little adventures taking place within the Star Wars universe. Not canon. We don't have to worry about sticking to the canon verse of Star Wars. No, we could actually just tell a complete, interesting one-off story that just kind of celebrates what Star Wars is at the same time. Celebrates the magnificent, the amazing art that comes out of Japan. Japanese animation, I'm a huge fan of Japanese animation. I'm really into Naruto, My Hero Academia I used to be into. Black Clover, I can't wait for the new season of that to come out, especially the movie on Netflix. And there's so many anime that I really like. Steins Gate, another great anime. So, literally, we are taking the best studios of Japan, the best studios of Japan, and giving them a chance to tell their story within the Star Wars universe. And it is absolutely fantastic, interesting, and I have to say this, the animation blew me out of the water when it came to the first season. So, now we get to Season 2. And that is going to be what this video. I literally reviewed every single episode in Season 1, and I am going to review every single episode in Season 2 as well, because I am that much of a Star Wars and anime fan. Let's go ahead and get into it, shall we? Okay, and here we are at the end of Star Wars Visions Season 2. I have certainly enjoyed this season, and in today's video we are going to be reviewing Episode 9 of Star Wars Visions. And yeah, I'm not gonna lie, so I saw images of all Star Wars Visions, so I knew what this one was gonna be. It was gonna be this type of animation, and I'm gonna be honest with you, when I first saw it, I just saw photos of it, I wasn't really excited for this episode, and then I found out that it's the last episode of Season 2, and I was kind of like, really? Why is this the last episode? Like, Star Wars Visions has been so cool, and then you're gonna give me this lame episode at the end of at the end of the season? I wasn't really looking forward to this episode in particular. But then I actually sat down and I, of course, watched Episode 9. And I'm gonna be honest with you, the animation, again, not my style. I can appreciate the art, but actually, the more I watched it, the more I found myself actually liking it. Like, as it went on, the more I actually got used to it, the more I'm like, actually, yeah, well, with the way the characters move and all that, it really looked like, it looked like almost like a stuffed animal was moving, but I didn't mind it. The more I watched it, the more I was like, okay, I kind of like the animation, it's not that bad. The music quality is pretty good as well, as always with these Star Wars Visions episodes. But, then you actually get down to the story, and that's what I'm always about, right? Like, don't get me wrong, I'm an anime fan, I love My Hero Academia, and Naruto, and Black Clover, and so many other animes out there, right? But you know what I really like about animes and movies and just Star Wars in general? It's stories. I really am into just stories, and I really actually end up liking the story that we have here for episode 9. So what's the story? So it starts out, we have a little, almost crawl, which was a little different for Star Wars Visions in my opinion, but it was a really good crawl. And the crawl basically stated, just paraphrasing here, that the Jedi once came to this planet to mine the Jedi crystals, but then a Sith came down and turned all of the crystals, all of the Kyber crystals, into blood red dark side crystals. And now, after years and years, the Jedi have been trying to turn these crystals back into what they originally were, harmonizing with them and all of that. And it's been generations and generations, and they have hired the people of the plants, these miners, to collect the crystals and try to find a way to harmonize with them and turn them back into regular Kyber crystals instead of these blood red ones. Okay, and then we meet this little miner girl, right? Her dad's a miner. She's just a little girl, and her name is aauys. Now let me tell you, when I first saw the spelling of this episode's name, I couldn't figure out what the heck that word was, and I'm so glad that they actually spoke in the episode, because aauys, yeah, that is her name, and even now I'm not completely sure I'm saying her name right, but it's aauys song. And why is it called that? Well, because she has a great voice. She's able to sing a little melody, and that melody is able to harmonize with Kyber crystals. She harmonizes with a one crystal that her father was working with in front of a Jedi, and it sparks up electricity. It was dangerous. And her father's, protective of her, doesn't want her messing around, but she's curious, and she is hearing a call. She's being drawn to the Kyber crystals through the Force, obviously. So eventually, she actually goes down into the mine, and she harmonizes not with just one crystal, but all of the crystals, turning them all from blood red, harmonizing with them and turning them back into good crystals. But of course, then her father interrupts her before she can completely meet the task, and pretty soon it makes all the crystals unstable, and now the whole mountain is going to come crumbling down. So he grabs her and starts running. They end up on a rope bridge, and unfortunately the rope bridge kind of breaks. That's when the Jedi that we met earlier in the episode comes out and actually tries to save him, but she actually can't do much. And it's aauys. Aauys hears this call. She is drawn to these crystals for a reason. So she decides to sing. And by singing, harmonizing with the crystals, she turns them all good, and the mountain stops crumbling, about to destroy it, which was great. And then at the end of the episode, the Jedi is amazed to see that she was able to achieve this, and offers her to come with her and become a Jedi, obviously. Now, at first, the father is a little hesitant to let her go, obviously, and she even is a little hesitant, but she is the one that has to decide. She does have a destiny as a Jedi, and she does decide to go with the Jedi and become, well, a Jedi. How many times can I say Jedi in one sentence? But anyway, I really enjoyed the story of this episode, and let me tell you, in my next video, I'm actually going to be ranking all 18 episodes, both Season 1 and Season 2, and I'm legit, kind of worried about that video, because I don't know how I'm going to rank some of these episodes in season 2, especially this one, because this episode, I'm gonna give a 9 out of 10. I give a lot of 9 out of 10s this season. This episode was really great. I enjoyed the story of it, and even though the animation at first wasn't my style, the more I got into it, the more I enjoyed it. And I don't know, was this better than episode 2, Screech's Reach? I don't know, that will be in my next video to discuss. But yeah, I really enjoyed season 2 of Star Wars Visions. Let me know down in the comments below, what do you guys think of Star Wars Visions? If I just real quick review the entire season 2 of Star Wars Visions, I really did enjoy this entire season. We had some really interesting one-off episodes, and a couple of them, some more than others, but a couple of them, like Screech's Reach, and the first episode called The Sith, with the Sith, and even, I don't know, should this one be, I don't know, as a one-off, this one looks really interesting, but episode 5, I could see a whole series based off of these episodes, and just like with some of season 1, like, I would really like these stories to actually continue on and become a full-on series at some point, because some of these are really good, really interesting stories to tell. And granted, that's kind of the amazing thing with Star Wars Visions, is they're just one-offs, and while I would love them to be full-on series, I have to admit, just having just these one-off stories and then getting to the next one-off story to branch out into a new type of world and animation of Star Wars, and a type of storytelling that can't really be told within the normal canon of Star Wars, I think is really interesting. I have to applaud them. They've been doing a great job with season 2, and yeah, I am hoping for season 3. Thank you guys for watching, and let me know what you guys think of Star Wars Visions, and of course episode 9, aauys song, in the comments below. With that said, guys, I am out. Bye.
Subscribe to Dylan's Little Hobbies right now.